Savannah Chrisley describes the difficulties of having to raise her brother and niece alone while Todd and Julie are in prison, describing it as the hardest job I've ever had. Savannah Chrisley has spoken openly about some of the challenges she's had while acting as Julie and Todd's bonus parent to her brother and niece during their incarceration, noting that it's tough because no one could ever add up to their parents, since Todd, 54, and Julie, 50, were found guilty of participating in a $30 million tax fraud scam and given sentences of 12 and 7 years in prison, respectively. Savannah, 25, has been caring for her younger siblings. They headed off to prison in mid-January, and now, Savannah has spoken out about the struggles she's had to overcome while looking after her younger brother, Grayson, 17, and niece Chloe, 10, who was adopted by Todd and Julie in 2016. The 25-year-old called it the hardest but most rewarding job she has ever had, while thanking Grayson and Chloe for showing her so much love, patience, grace, understanding, and appreciation. I am not their mother, not their father am I. She started off a lengthy statement she published to her Instagram last week by saying, I'm their sister and I get to love and guide them through life. Being a bonus parent is challenging. Nobody was ever able to add up to their parents, but these kids have been so kind, gracious, understanding, and appreciative to me. I will never have a more difficult yet rewarding job than helping to raise these two children. Little did I realize, the trip would start a little sooner than intended, Savannah said, adding that she always wanted to be a mama. But luckily, I have had the most amazing mama in the world to learn from. Because of her I can do this. The former reality star admitted that while being a single parent can be so defeating, she knows that God will not give her more than she can bear. Single parent, income households. I see you. We do it solo. It is hard. It can be so defeating, she continued. But I promise you, God will not give us more than we can bear. I see you. I believe in you. You can do this. I think to myself as I stare at them, you know what, I understand how I feel going through this tragedy. I can't even begin to think how two children must feel, she said. There are 10 and 16-year-olds present, and we need to go through this in a healthy way, so it's like, you know what, there's something bigger than me here. A few months later, Grayson, then 17, opened up on the podcast about how he was coping with his parents' incarceration and claimed that it was worse than them dying because they were behind bars. He remarked, to me, it's worse than them dying, because they are present but are not present, so the only thing being wasted is time. I'm trying to suggest that if they passed away, there would be no chance for you to spend any more time with them. So that's it. Savannah pleaded with her little brother to look at it from the perspective of at least they're still here for you to hug and say I love you. I mean, absolutely, but I get to do all that within a time constraint, he retorted.